Hi everyone, welcome back to Granny's Sewing Room. My name is Sherry and today I'm doing a copycat tutorial for you. So I hope you enjoy it. I will be making a sewing caddy. So I'll show you the process of me constructing this sewing caddy and give you the instructions. And I have to tell you, this is made by Jean Turelove from Turelove Quilts. She made this and I thought it was awesome and I wanted to make one. I was going to make one for my advent calendar tutorials and I'll put a link to that playlist right here. And I found this acrylic little thing at the thrift store. And this is what I was going to make it out of. And I didn't get around to doing it around Christmas time. And then I seen Jean's and I thought, oh, I like it. It's larger. Yeah, it's about 3-4 inches larger than using this. But, and I liked how she had storage in the side of it. I liked how it was foldable and you could collapse it and take it with you if you were going to a sewing class or a quilting class. I like how it has where you can put some pins in front of it. There's just so much about this that I like. And it doesn't have to be just for sewing. If I make another one, it will be for my granddaughter for her art supplies. The only thing I would do next, if I was to make this, I would put a pocket in the back for my books or my patterns. I made my base 7 inches instead of the 11 because I wanted mine to stand up taller. So the caddy, sewing caddy from Jean Turelove. So I will put her link in my description below. She goes into full detail and lets you see every step of the way of her making it. And I'm just going to show you the process of me making it. I'm more of a condensed version of it. So just a minute. The phone rang. Sorry, I don't know where I left up, but I will get this tutorial started. So has anyone told you you're special today? If not, let me be the first because you are in God's eyes. So I will let you go and enjoy the tutorial. All right, the first part of making the sewing caddy that I found on Jean Turelove's for Turelove's Quilts for You. Here are what you will need to get started. 3 pieces of cardboard. You can choose your size. I'm going with what she suggested, 11 by 11. The main fabric, you will need to cut 2 12 inches by the width of the fabric. And then interfacing, cut 2 11 by 42. The first pocket, you need to cut fabric 12 by 18 inches. And interfacing, 11 by 17 inches and only cut 1. Second pocket, cut 1 as well at 12 by 13 for the fabric and 11 by 6 for the interfacing. Third and last pocket, you cut 1 12 by 8 and interfacing 11 by 4 because we're only going to interface half the pockets. So I will get that interfaced and come back and show you what it looks like. Okay, I interfaced all the pockets and the main panel. So now I am going to start assembling the pockets. And I'm going to start with the 2 bottom pockets and decide how big I want each pocket. So do I want this to fit in there? Snips, some seam rippers, a couple pencils over here on the side. So now I'm going to mark where I want my pockets and I will be sewing number 3 pocket to number 2 pocket. And I will get that done as I mark where I want my pockets to be. I think I'm going to start with 1 pocket down the center and then separate them as I like them. I'll be back. Okay, these are the pockets I just sewed. So I did I think that was like 2 inches, 1.5, 2.5, 2.5. Then I did these 1, 1, and then 1.5. So now I'm going to attach the first 2 pockets to the last pocket here. Well, it's not the last pocket, but this is 1, 2, 3. So the way I'm going to attach this and make pockets back here is I'm going to choose which lines I would like to follow. So if I go in half, I would have 2 pockets. So if I go here, here, and do a line down here or something, I would have 3 pockets. But I think I am going to go in the middle and then make a line right here, so I have 2 pockets here, and maybe be able to fit a small ruler here, because this will be a big full pocket for a big ruler or for my patterns. So I'm going to mark a pocket here, a pocket here, and a pocket here. So I'll get that done. Here's where I'm going to make my top pockets. I'm going to follow the same stitch line straight down on these 2 here. Then I'll have 2 large pockets. And this ruler would fit. Yep. So I'm going to go get that stitched, and once again I'm following the same existing lines for my bottom pocket and just stitch up and attach it to the first pocket here. I will get that done and show you. Okay, here are my pockets so far. The front pockets, the back pockets. I got a ruler, a large rotary cutter, and if I had another 2-inch ruler, that would fit in there. So on to the next step. I'm ready to sew my pocket onto my main piece. So what you do is assemble your pocket down here, and I am going to attach it before I start sandwiching. And I did make a change. If you turn over to Jean Turelove's channel, you will be able to see I do not want my TP to be so wide. So I cut the bottom base down to 7 inches, 11 by 7. So I want my caddy to stand up taller. Let me stand it up and show you what I'm talking about. So here it is so far. And I cut the base down. It was 11 inches and it would have been a square, but I want mine to stand up more straight. So I cut my base down to 11 by 7, and I am going to start assembling it. And like I said, first of all, I'm going to take my pocket and put it on the end of the main fabric, and I'm going to stitch it down. Okay, my pocket is stitched down to one end of the main piece, and now I'm going to sandwich it so I can stitch down the 3 sides. But once I get this sandwiched, sorry for my one-handed filming, but once I get mine sandwiched, I'm going to take my cardboard and I'm going to set it down, and I'm going to draw a line so I know where to stitch so my cardboard fits in there nice and snug. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to take my cardboard and draw a line all the way around so I know where my stitching line is. So I can stick my cardboard down there and it's not going to be too tight and not fit. So I will get that done and come back. Okay, see how I laid my cardboard up there? And then I drew a line. And when I sew, I'm going to just sew on the outside of that line, so I know my cardboard is going to tuck down into this long tube. So I am going to go sew up the 3 sides, the 2 long sides and the short side that I have my pocket on. And I will be back and show you the process. I have turned it inside out, gave it a press, poked the corners out the best I can. So I'm going to put the camera up on the tripod and let you see me putting in the cardboard and stitching it. So let me get you set up. Okay, so I hope that the cardboard fits without me trimming it. That's why I laid it on there and drew lines, hoping that I will be able to get it in there. So let's see what happens. So we put one piece of cardboard in. Let's see if I get it going here. Probably going to have to trim it. All right, I'm going to have to trim all my cardboard. I'm going to trim it 1/4 of an inch, I think, on all the pieces. I'm going to use an old rotary cutter and trim this to 1/4 of an inch. And let's see if that fits. Wow! Perfect. Now it fits. So tuck that down, and then I'm going to go and sew a line straight down, leave my presser foot up against that cardboard. But before I do that, I'll take you over there and let you see me sewing these down, but I'm going to cut the rest of my cardboard 1/4 of an inch off. All right, I am going to put my presser foot up right against that cardboard. Got it all down there. And then I am just going to stitch. And then I take my other big piece of cardboard and see where I cut it off at, narrow part here, and I'm going to shove it down there. And snug it up to the stitching line. Roll this up and do the same thing. Now take my last piece of cardboard, sorry, and put it in there. I got the last piece of cardboard in there, and I'm going to sew like I did the other two. Got it nice and tight. All right, over to the table we go. Like I said, I cut my base 7 inches instead of the 11 because I wanted mine to stand up taller. So Jean says then you have to cut some of this off because we're going to put batting or stuffing or whatever scrap fabric, and we're going to roll that up. But I have way too much, so I am going to probably cut quite a bit off. And let me get that done.
And now I'm going to go get some stuffing, and then I'm going to roll that up. And when I get my stuffing in, I'm going to serge my end. And then I'll roll it up, because now that can be a pin cushion. And she's going to hand stitch, but I'm not a hand stitcher. I'm going to hot glue it down. I think it'll be just as well hot glued down here. So let me go get my stuffing, get it stuffed, get it serged, and get it glued down. But there you have it, the finished product. And you can put, like I say, all kinds of stuff in here. Make sure my rotaries are closed. And she stuffs stuff back in here. So I thought that was a good idea to keep things organized back there. So go check out Jean's channel. And let me show you one other thing. This fits back here, or you can put your patterns back there in that great big pocket. So I really like this. I was going to make the smaller one, but I'm glad I seen her making this tutorial, because I like this larger one better. And I'm going to just set it up here on my cutting table. I really like that. And then if my granddaughter likes one, I'll make one for her art supplies. So, okay, go watch Jean Turelove from Turelove Quilts, her tutorial if you want to watch him sew it and stuff. But I'll be back to show you the end result. Here's the finished product. You can stick pins in here, clips on the side. You can get several rulers in here. You can put your journal in here. Got plenty of room for a pattern. I got 2 pair of scissors, rotary cutters, my seam ripper, pins and markers and pokers and scissors and snips. It holds quite a bit of stuff. So let me put this back in here. Now, one thing that I would do differently, and on the inside here, you even have room to put extra stuff. This will fold up, so you can fold it and take it with you. But one thing I would do, I would add a larger pocket back here, because this is where I think I would want to store my patterns back here. And just have all my tools up front. Patterns and tools up front. That's just my suggestion. So, she's all done. Go check out Jean Turelove's tutorial on her caddy. So, I really like that. I really, really like that. This helped hold this in place. I hot glued mine. I did not want to hand stitch it. I put some polyfill in there, rolled it up, and hot glued it. And it's going to be just as good. So I hope you enjoyed my tutorial on the sewing caddy from Jean Turelove. And if you make one, post a picture on my Facebook page. It's called Granny's Sewing Room on Facebook. And let us all see what you created. So thanks so much for joining me today, and you guys go out and have a great week. Go do something creative, but whatever you do, do it in the name of the Lord, and your blessings will always come back to you. God bless everybody. Bye.